Welcome back to Hardin Local. I'm Phil Tall, and I'm joined by today's second of 7 candidate interviews today. I'm joined by Robin Geary, who's running in the Republican primary for Hardin County Magistrate District 7, a 3 race that includes Zach Humphrey, who you'll hear from Wednesday, and also Larry Hicks. Quick thanks to today's sponsors, the Plumbing Doctor and Omni Design Group, both helping us bring these interviews to you. More on both in a minute. But Robin, thank you for being here. Every candidate in this race gets the same questions, same orders, same time limits. So let's go ahead and jump in, all right?
All right, thank you for having me.
Very welcome. Thank you for coming. So tell everybody the office you're running for and why this office specifically.
Okay. I'm running for magistrate, District 7. And I'm running because I want to be... I'm sorry. I got confused for a second. I chose to run for magistrate because I believe local government is where you can make the biggest difference. And I want to be a strong voice for the people of District 7. Someone who shows up and listens and follows through, from strengthening the EMS to being responsible with taxpayer dollars. I felt called to step up and serve my community.
Okay. What happened in your life that led you to feel called to run for office?
I had a couple issues with some trash service local, me and my family both. And so I took that to the magistrate in my district, and they kind of just kept passing it on to people that we'd already spoke with, and the issues weren't being resolved. So that's when I kind of started going to the fiscal court meetings, the committee meetings, and I just started paying attention there, and then to see if I could get some kind of resolve for the issue that we had. And after I'd watched, I just decided that we kind of needed some change, that what we had wasn't working for us. And I just decided to step up and run.
All right. We like to hear people stepping up. What in your background most prepares you to be a magistrate?
Okay, what prepares me the most to be a magistrate is, I believe my background has uniquely prepared me for this role because it's rooted in real service. Sorry, I have notes. Not having it today either, I guess. So I'll start over. I believe my background has uniquely prepared me for this role because it's rooted in real service, responsibility, and understanding people. As a junior lieutenant in the fire service when I was younger, I learned early what it means to lead. As a small business owner, I've had to manage budgets, make tough decisions, and as a mother, I understand firsthand the challenges families in our community face, and I'm invested in the future we're building because my children are part of it. All of those experiences together have shaped me into someone who shows up, listens, and works hard for the people that I represent.
Okay. If voters can only remember one thing about why they should vote for you, what is that one thing?
It would be that I show up, I listen, and I fight for my people because this community isn't just where I live, it's also who I serve.
Okay. We'll take a quick break to pay the bills over here. Today's election coverage is brought to you in part by the Plumbing Doctor, a family-owned Hardin County plumbing company run by Glenn and Tracy Downs right here in Elizabethtown. Over 20 years serving E-Town, Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Fort Knox, and Hodgenville. Fully licensed and insured, 24/7 emergency service, and a 10% labor discount for military and first responders and seniors. When your pipes go, call local. Call 765-PLUM. That's PLUM. That's 765-PLUM. The Plumbing Doctor, experienced, reliable, and affordable. All right, we'll get back to your questions. On the first 90 days, if you win, what's the first concrete thing you'd like to do in office?
Okay, the very first thing that I'll do is a full line-by-line review of every contract and the entire county budget so that we know exactly where every dollar is going and make sure it's working for the people and not against them.
Okay. Is your campaign self-funded, donor-funded, or a mix of both?
My campaign is self-funded. There's no special interest, no backroom influence. So that means when I'm in office, I answer only to the people that I serve.
Okay. And where should voters go to learn more about your campaign?
If they want to learn more about me and my campaign, they can go to Gary for 7th District Magistrate on Facebook.
Okay. I'll make sure to tag that in your in this post once we're done, so that people can find that. All right, one more sponsor to read real quick. Omni Design Group. Before and then we'll get into your magistrate specific questions. But a big thank you to Omni Design Group, Omni's second generation builder based in Elizabethtown. My good friend Josh Branningham and Corey Jewell. They were both born and raised in Hardin County. They handle new construction, remodeling, residential, and light commercial. Any size home, any size reno, no idea too outside of the ordinary. If you've got to build, a remodel, or an outside-the-box project, call Corey at Omni Design Group, 270-769-8339. That's 270-769-8339. Corey at Omni Design Group. Locally owned, locally built, custom thing. All right, let's get into these magistrate questions. Understanding the role. So as a magistrate, you're one of 8 members of the Hardin County Fiscal Court. And legally, you only have the power, when court is in session. But there's also a lot you can do outside of that. In plain language, how do you describe the job to a voter who's never been to a fiscal court meeting? What can a magistrate do, and what can a magistrate not do?
So a magistrate is one of 8 votes on the fiscal court. We don't run the county day to day. We make the big decisions together. So if we're not in fiscal court, the only thing that we can really do on the outside is work on outside issues. Like if you have issues with water or trash or any countywide issue that's not a vote decision, then we could step up and help you on that. We do vote on the budget and approve spending and contracts and set priorities like roads and EMS while holding departments accountable. But what we don't do is we can't act alone. No single magistrate can make any decisions without the full court.
Okay. So the next question about magistrate office it has to do with budget. Hardin County's 25-26 budget is just under $60 million after revisions from Judge Tall's original proposal. If you are elected magistrate, how do you approach the budget? Are there specific things that you push to grow, protect, or cut? And how do you make those trade-offs publicly so residents can follow along?
Okay, so a $59.8 million budget deserves a line-by-line review. Start with transparency and make sure every dollar has a purpose with results. What I would protect and grow is the core services that people rely on, especially EMS, public safety, infrastructure like roads. What to cut? I would cut the waste, the duplication, and anything that isn't delivering real value to taxpayers. And how to make the trade-offs publicly is out in the open. I would ask tough questions in public meetings. Push for clear data behind every decision and make sure people understand exactly why a dollar is being spent or not. Whether that's taking it to my own Facebook, doing broadcasts, or anything like that, just to get it out there to the people.
Okay. Next question is about roads and infrastructure, which you kind of mentioned there. Hardin County has a ton of roads, 568 miles of county roads under the road department. In 2024, they paved, I think, around 33 miles and did 4 miles of chip seal, and they're moving towards a published pavement and bridge management plan. How should a magistrate engage with the road department, both for countywide planning and for specific road concerns from residents in your district?
Countywide should set clear priorities and make sure the resources are used fairly and efficiently. And for the district, you listen to the residents, communicate their needs, and advocate for the fixes.
We move on here to district advocacy. Every magistrate is elected by one district, but you also vote on policy for the whole county. How would you balance fighting for specific needs of your district, whether there's roads or drainage or zoning, with your responsibility to do what's best for all of Hardin County?
You just make sure that you represent your district, but you vote for what's best for the whole county as an entity.
Down here to the last question, which is having to do with working with the judge executive and other elected officials. The fiscal court has 8 magistrates plus the judge executive. There's also a county attorney and the county clerk as non-voting members. A lot of county business requires all those offices plus the city, different cities, school boards, other agencies, and the sheriffs to work together. How do you see a magistrate's role in building those working relationships, especially when you disagree with other elected officials on substance?
You just be respectful, you stay focused on the facts, and keep communication open. You're going to disagree when needed, but do it professionally and work towards the solutions. My motto is respect first, results always.
I like that. Well, before we close out, Robin, I wanted to thank you for spending some time with us. And for the viewers, if you missed where Robin said voters can learn more about her campaign, It's her Facebook page for her campaign, which we will drop in the comments of this live stream. But before we end, I wanted to give you, Robin, a minute or two to have a closing statement. You know, an elevator pitch of why people should vote for you.
Oh, the elevator pitch. Okay. Well, I would be honored to have anybody's vote in the 7th district. I care about my community. I believe in my community. And so I should be able to go to work for my community. That being said, there are a lot of things that need change. And instead of people just kicking the can down the road, vote for somebody that's willing to step up and make those changes and be the voice for the community. And that would be me. That's all I have.
Well, we thank you, Robin, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being very prompt on your answers. We like, especially considering how many interviews I have to do today.
Right.
But we thank you for getting for answering our questions and for spending some time with us. Before we go, one more thank you to today's sponsors, The Plumbing Doctor. You can get them at 765-PLUM and Omni Design Group. Call or text Corey at 270-769-8339, 270-769-8339 for your next build, remodel, or custom project. This interview will stay archived on Facebook for 30 days, and on YouTube it stays for a little longer, but I will be publishing an edited version of this, which will probably be most of it since it was so short. But I will also keep that live stream raw footage if anybody wants it or needs it or wants to say that our edits were wrong. You can request the full version, and we will give it to you. That's how we're staying transparent with these interviews. So we do encourage you to share this interview with anyone voting on May 19th so that they can get to know who they're voting for. And like I said, Robin, we thank you for being with us. And up next is at 3:15, we will have Michelle Mitchell, who's running in the nonpartisan primary for mayor of Radcliffe. So you can't stick around on this live stream, but we will have another one launched at 3:15. So thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you soon.